I need you to listen very carefully to the instructions I am about to give you now because they are extremely important for your safety. When you finish watching this video, do not under any circumstances turn off the lights. You must remain in your seat with your eyes fixed on the entrance to the room you are in until someone else has left the room, and then you can leave. Now repeat those instructions back to me so I know you understand. When you finish watching this video, do not under any circumstances turn off the lights. You must remain in your seat with your eyes fixed on the entrance to the room you are in until someone else has left the room, and then you can leave. Good. Now let's begin. You and 7 other people entered the subway car just as the doors were closing. There was an eerie silence as you all huddled together in the dimly lit car. The train lurched forward, plunging you into darkness. The only light came from the emergency exit sign above the door, which flickered ominously, casting grotesque shadows that danced around the car. The heavy doors rumbled like distant thunder, amplifying every creak and groan of the aging train. As the seconds ticked by, the oppressive atmosphere grew thicker, suffocating you with dread. Then, bang, bang, a sudden sharp sound pierced the silence. You instinctively flinch, clutching at the strap hanging from the ceiling. Your heart pounds in your chest, echoing the rhythm of the train. But the sound came again, bang, bang, louder this time, followed by a low, guttural voice. Let me out. You strain to listen, but the voice seems to come from everywhere and nowhere at once. Then it whispers again, closer now. Let me out. It rasps, and you feel a cold dread creep up your spine. As the voice draws nearer, the hairs on the back of your neck stand on end. The emergency exit sign flickers violently, bathing the car in an unnatural red glow. Suddenly, the doors burst open, revealing a figure silhouetted against the light. It steps in, its face hidden in the shadows. With a gasp, you watch as it approaches, its eyes glowing an eerie red in the darkness. It opens its mouth to speak, but no words come out. Instead, a putrid stench fills your nostrils, making you gag. It reaches out a hand, its fingers long and gnarled like the branches of a dead tree. And in that instant, you know you are in grave danger. Adrenaline surges through your veins, propelling you into action. You scramble for the door, desperate to escape the horrors within. But as you reach for the handle, a cold, slimy hand clamps onto your shoulder, spinning you around. Face to face with the creature, you see it clearly for the first time. Its skin is a sickly green, stretched taut over its bones, and its teeth are long and sharp, like the fangs of a serpent. Before you can scream, it lunges, its hot, fetid breath washing over you. You shut your eyes tight, bracing for the worst, but the attack never comes. Instead, you hear a sickening crunch like bones being crushed. You peek one eye open and see the creature feasting on the person next to you. With a low growl, it turns its head slowly, fixing its baleful gaze on you. You know what it wants, and your blood runs cold. The creature finishes its meal, splattering the floor with its victim's blood. You collapse onto the floor, shaking with terror. As the train screeches to a halt, you stay perfectly still, hoping to avoid any more bloodshed. But when the doors slide open, revealing a swarm of police officers, you realize your nightmare is far from over. They rush onto the train, their faces grim. One of them kneels beside you, asking, "What happened? Who did this?" But all you can do is shake your head, too terrified to speak. As they lead you off the train, you glance back at the creature sitting calmly in the corner of the car, and you know you'll never forget the horrors of that night on the subway. Now, before we continue, I have a question for you. What would you do if you found yourself trapped in a subway car with a bloodthirsty monster? Would you fight back or try to reason with it? Let us know in the comments below. And if you're enjoying our terrifying tales of terror, don't forget to subscribe and leave a like for more frightening stories. You wake up with a start, your heart pounding in your chest. The nightmare still feels so real, the creature's glowing eyes boring into your soul. You glance at the clock on the bedside table and realize you are only dreaming. Relief washes over you, but it's short-lived. As you get out of bed, you notice something strange. The room is pitch black, the curtains drawn tightly. Confused, you stumble towards the window and pull them aside, letting in a sliver of morning light. That's when you see it, a horrifying sight that makes your blood run cold. Across the street, the subway station is filled with police tape, the entrance blocked by 2 uniformed officers. You remember the news reports about the subway killings, the mysterious monster that had escaped from a psychiatric hospital. Could it be loose in your city again? Just then, your phone vibrates, and you pick it up to see a new message from an unknown number. He's awake. It reads, and your heart skips a beat. Who is awake? Is this some kind of sick joke? Or is there danger lurking close by? Suddenly, the front door bursts open and a man rushes in. It's your neighbor, his face ashen and eyes wide with fear. "We need to get out of here," he says urgently, grabbing your arm. "They're coming for us." Before you can ask any questions, he drags you outside and down the fire escape. As you make your way through the maze of fire escapes and back alleys, you hear sirens wailing in the distance. They seem to be getting closer. You break into a run, your feet pounding on the pavement. Just when you think you can't go any faster, your neighbor turns down a dark side street, and you know you might lose him in the labyrinth of narrow alleys. Rounding a corner, you find yourself in a small, secluded courtyard. Your neighbor disappears behind a row of trash bins, and you follow, hoping for an explanation. But when you peek around the bins, you see a horrifying sight. Your neighbor is kneeling on the ground with his hands tied behind his back, and standing over him is the creature from your dream, its eyes glowing red in the gloom. It looks up, fixing its baleful gaze on you. You freeze in terror, unable to move as it slowly approaches. Run. A voice screams in your head, and you finally break free of your paralysis. Adrenaline surging through your veins, you dash down a narrow passageway between the buildings, the creature's guttural laughter echoing behind you. You stumble out into a busy street and start running, dodging cars and weaving through crowds of pedestrians. But you can feel the creature's presence at your back, its hot, fetid breath on your neck. Glancing over your shoulder, you see its hunched form leaping over obstacles with ease, its glowing eyes never leaving you. You turn down a dark alley, hoping to lose it in the maze of narrow passages. But as you round a corner, you bump into a dead end. Trapped with nowhere to go, you turn to face your pursuer, bracing for the worst. The creature steps into the sliver of moonlight at the end of the alley, and you get your first good look at its terrifying visage. It lunges, and you shut your eyes tight, waiting for the attack, but it never comes. Instead, you hear a loud crash and the sound of shattering glass. When you dare to open your eyes, you see the creature standing over a broken display case in a nearby store, its attention diverted. Seizing your chance, you run for the nearest exit. As you make your way through the city, you can feel the creature's burning gaze on your back. You know it's still out there, stalking you, waiting for an opportunity to strike. And as the night wears on, you become increasingly desperate to escape its clutches. Finally, you reach the safety of your home, collapsing on the floor inside your front door, gasping for breath. You're safe, at least for now. But you know the creature is out there, and there's nothing you can do to stop it from coming after you again. Now we want to hear from you. If you found yourself being chased through the dark, narrow streets of a city by a horrifying monster, how would you escape? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more scary stories that will keep you up at night.